And welcome once again to another fantastic Minecraft tutorial. My name is Dr. Wasabi. In today's episode we're making the ruin equivalent of Montgomery Gator from Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. So by the time of this recording, the ruin DLC has been released, and in celebration of this I have made at least I think 4 tutorials of the new updated models, including Montgomery Gator, Glamrock Chica, Roxanne Wolf, and of course Glamrock Freddy. But what we're going to be focusing on today is our good friend Montgomery Gator. To be sure, Monty Gator has seen some better days, as by the end of the main game both of his legs have been entirely ripped off, with him having to be forced to use his hands to crawl about the Pizzaplex looking for Gregory, but in this case our new main character for the Ruin DLC. With Monty Gator showing his full endoskeleton in this build, this is going to be a bit more complicated than our last Monty Gator tutorial, as he had a lot of the more kind of shiny Glamrock decorations that made it a lot easier to texture and whatnot. So without further ado, let's get in to the block list. Okay folks, so for the Ruin Monty Gator build, you'll need the following block items: stone buttons, grey concrete, polished deep slate stairs, cyan terracotta, blast furnaces, chains, iron bars, polished andesite stairs, polished andesite slabs, stone brick walls, smooth stone slabs, smooth quartz stairs, diorite walls, white concrete, blocks of iron, ochre frog lights, orange terracotta, waxed blocks of copper, waxed cut copper, polished granite stairs, granite walls, nether wart blocks, netherrack, red wool, yellow terracotta, and blocks of lapis lazuli. So those are going to be your blocks for today's build. Now, for any survival players, my main advice would be focusing on the more grey block components, as this build will focus heavily a lot more grey colour variations, as of course this is basically Monty's endoskeleton showing through. So a lot of technical blocks like blast furnaces, cyan terracotta, and grey concrete will be your main items to build. Everything else is a bit more rare, so you don't really have to worry that much. In terms of rarity, probably best to get the ochre frog lights, as well as the nether wart blocks, and of course the lapis lazuli. So those are my advice pieces for you amazing survival players. Okay, so now that we've got the block list out of the way, I think it's time to get in to our time lapse. And we are back from that amazing time-lapse, folks. But before I show you anything more, I just want to say, if you do like what I do, please like this video and subscribe. Okay, now let's look at what we built here. Overall, I'm really proud about how this came out. I was somewhat dreading the fact that I had to make Monty in a much more complicated form, as by the Ruin gameplay suggesting. This is a mess of endoskeleton parts, partially ripped off and of course partially burnt, as by the end of the main game. I think it's kind of following when the Pizzaplex was kind of flaming and ruined and whatnot, but overall I think this went really well. The kind of main trick I did was I actually spawned in our regular model of Monty and then kind of deconstructed him and see how it would look like if his endoskeleton was underneath. And to be fair, I think I did a pretty good job of this. The main difficulty was actually doing the layering. So I originally did the grey endoskeleton as a base kind of layer, and then afterwards I put in this sort of secondary kind of stability frame that you kind of see on Monty itself, and then I focused on the head and jaw, which was a bit of difficulty, but again, you know, we cracked it, and I'm fairly sure that you will enjoy this. I certainly did. We certainly got the walking on two hands sort of bit. I really like how this looks. The sort of, you know, his body's just been wrenched from his hips, and you know, he's kind of crawling around looking for the main player. And last but not least, we have his iconic hairdo all burnt up and just hanging on by a thread on top of his endoskeleton skull. And of course, last but not least, his majestic teeth, which have somehow survived this infernal blaze by the end of the main game. I'm not sure what material these are made out of, most likely some kind of steel or polymer, because my word, in the trailer and in the gameplay, they look shiny as. So that has been our tutorial for today. Ruined Monty Gator from the, well, Ruin DLC for Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope everyone is enjoying the new Ruin DLC. I sure am. My name has been Dr. Wasabi. I wish you a most pleasant good evening, and of course, as always, God bless. And now, folks, it is time to say good night. We sincerely appreciate your viewing and hope we've succeeded in providing you with an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Stay happy and come back again soon. Good night.